Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker with Charitable and Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And listen, I know a lot of time people are experiencing the summer and they're saying it's hot and school's about to start. But we know when Labor Day rolls around, we know we got one of our best festivals ever right there in St. Mary Parish with the Shrimp and Petroleum Festival. Very glad to have with us Mr. Nelson Cortez, the president. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, very good. Let's talk a little bit about the excitement leading up to this 88th
Yes, sir.
Shrimp and Petroleum Festival.
It's been quite exciting. We've worked very hard to put a festival together that we think everyone will enjoy. Excuse me. We've had a couple of setbacks.
Right.
To things, like we were just notified yesterday that there's a high possibility we won't be able to have the fireworks because of the statewide burn ban.
Yeah.
And our vendor contacted us and said that the state fire marshal had pulled all his permits. Now, if we happen to have a good bit of rain between then and then, today and then, we might be able to pull it off. But as of yesterday, we're not planning
We're
on it.
not. Gotcha.
But the rest of it's going on. The vendors are anxious to get in and set up, and music in the park is going to be exciting. We have some gospel music. We this year have a band that is somewhat mariachi and somewhat regular Spanish.
Oh, wow.
So that's a new
Good.
addition.
Well, one of the things I can tell you about Shrimp and Petroleum Festival, it's always been so culturally aware.
Yes.
Always making sure that the people in our community are represented and that all these people make sure that they can be involved on a level that they
Right.
can enjoy.
Right.
And that's a good thing. But you've got lots of different things that
Yes.
we're celebrating this year, right?
This is the annual cup
Okay.
for the Louisiana Shrimp and Petroleum Festival. It usually has our logo on it. We just do a different color every year.
Right,
And we
right.
decide to go with the black and
Black
gold.
is this year. Okay.
Yes. This is our brochure,
Right.
which can be found all over Morgan City in the restaurants and the hotel lobbies
Right.
and some of the businesses. Our office is at 715 2nd Street. If you come to town and you go to the craft show,
Okay.
before you walk from crafts, food to carnival, you'll see this big white house on the corner. That's us.
Right.
Anything I'm showing you today can be gotten there. This is a full schedule of events
Okay.
with maps showing parking areas. And because we do
Wonderful.
not have a gate,
Uh-huh.
parking is a bit of a problem.
Sure,
So, 'cause
sure.
we're right in the middle of a residential area.
So it's great to have that map there as
Yes.
well.
And
I
this
love
is our,
this.
this is our first time we're doing this. This is a medallion bead, has the festival medallion on it.
Right.
And then, of course, it has the shrimp and the derrick for both industries that we celebrate.
Yeah.
And this can be purchased, all of this can be purchased at the office.
Right.
And this is our annual pin.
Okay.
It's
And so y'all have one each year.
we have
Y'all
one
a
each
certain
year.
pin.
I have it on.
Right, I see it. Yeah, we can
and
see
this
it
is-
right there.
And I'd like to present it
Oh,
to you.
thank you very much. Great. I'm going to put mine on as well.
Yeah.
I want to let y'all be able to see that. So when we come back in our second segment, you'll see that I'll have it on.
We have one
to
other
represent
thing.
that. Go ahead.
On the cover of the brochure, and I'm sure you'll see it in the next segment, is the poster, the annual poster.
Oh,
Our
that's right.
poster is a contest. We invite artists from around the state to submit, and they submit a poster and a pen design.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so it's a local thing. It's a contest, and there's some prize money involved. So we're very happy to do this. These posters can be purchased at the Shrimp and Petroleum Festival office, or any of this can be purchased online.
Online.
And-
Okay.
yes, and-
Can you give out that address where
Yes.
people can go, please, if you don't mind?
It's info at shrimppetroleum.org.
Info at shrimppetroleum.org.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the website comes up, and you just look for merchandise, and
And they
this
can
is
do
there.
that.
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Nelson, I love the idea that y'all are always trying to find kind of new ways to do this after 88 years, right? Just a new way to kind of give interest to make sure that people know. Changing the color of the cup, same logo, changing the color of the cup. Of course, the different music and those things, which
Yeah.
in the next segment, we'll go over all of that stuff for people. But this year, having the bead that people can kind of get and buy.
Yes.
Is just so very unique. Give out that information, if you don't mind, the address of where they can find y'all.
We're
Right
at-
there on 2nd Street.
We're at 715 2nd Street. Like I said earlier, if you go to the craft show and you find the food and you can see right across the street the carnival, we're to the left.
Right.
And our craft show, car show, and most of the carnival rides are under the bridge.
Right.
It's going to be hot.
Yes. Yes.
But
But
we
listen,
try to
we're prepared for that.
well,
Right. We're ready.
yeah,
We know it's going
yeah.
to be hot.
Oh, yeah, that's an annual. And you live in South
That's right.
Louisiana.
Right.
This is it.
We just want to. We want to pray for rain. We want to
Yes.
pray for rain from now until then, and see if we can get that burn ban lifted.
Yes.
So you can do the fireworks, because quite frankly, that's one of the things that really kind of ends that.
Well, that does draw a
celebration.
tremendous number of people.
Right.
And it's something, there's different parts of the festival that appeal to different people.
Yeah.
Last year, for our Blessing of the Fleet, we had shrimp boats again.
Right.
And that went over, that was a huge success.
Right.
And it's amazing the feedback we get from some of the most insignificant aspects of the festival that people just thoroughly enjoy and say,
That was their big
please
thing.
do it again.
Right. Right. Well, again, lots of things on the gamut for that. Aaron, put the flyer up real quick. We're going to start that again in the second segment, but it's the 88th Annual Shrimp and Petroleum Festival. It's going to take place Labor Day weekend. Very glad to have Mr. Nelson with us. Nelson Cortez, of course, the president of that. And so really excited. You can see I've got my pin on. So very excited about that. So thank you to the Shrimp and Petroleum Festival, Mr. Nelson, for providing that to me. If you would like one of these, it is this year's pin. You can go and get it online, or you can go over to 2nd Street at their office and get it, or you can buy one at the festival, which is going to take place on Labor Day weekend. But let's talk a little bit about what people can expect for the weekend, Mr. Nelson.
Okay. We actually kick off our festival on the Thursday prior to the weekend with a ribbon cutting.
Right.
And one of our traditions after the ribbon cutting, the carnival opens that day. The king and the queen and their maids usually take a ride on the Ferris wheel, and then they'll
cool.
walk around the ride sections and look and see what's going on. And of course, the queen has her crown on, the king has his. The little kids running around get excited when they see them.
Yeah, they
And
see
there's
the king and queen.
Yeah, there's a lot of picture taking.
Okay.
And then we have a local business in Morgan City that's very gracious. It's Cajun Breakers. They're very gracious to hold an after ribbon cutting party.
Oh, my.
To which festival dignitaries, local dignitaries, the court, and so forth are invited. And they're right down the street from us. They're
Right.
part of the Main Street group.
Right.
But then on Friday, the king and the queen will come back downtown, and that's when they usually tour the craft show and visit with the vendors and different things of that nature. On Saturday, the vendors kick off on Friday night. They open it Friday night at 5. And then the king and queen do their thing. There's a great deal that goes on Saturday.
Right. Busiest day,
Yeah,
Saturday.
Yes. The festival grounds are open. The Children's Village will open that day. In the morning, we have a Children's Day parade that you can have enter your child with a truck float, a bicycle float, a walking, and all of that good stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And
So,
then things go on through the rest of the day on
Right.
Saturday.
and so again, what we're doing, we're talking about the 88th Annual Shrimp and Petroleum Festival that takes place over in Morgan City, downtown Morgan City, under the bridge, and right there on 1st Street and 2nd Street.
Yes.
It's very involved. For anybody that's been there, Labor Day weekend, it's going to start off on Thursday, as Mr. Nelson was telling us. Lots of activities, lots of vendors. The other thing is the music. And that's
Yes.
one of the things that really I love the fact that we do all the different things for the different aspects of the festival with the king and queen and the court. But the music is one of those things. And you mentioned earlier that we've got a little mariachi band
Yes,
that's coming this year.
This came about as a result of a Hispanic rodeo
Okay.
that took place at our local horse arena.
Okay.
And they had a great band. They had lots of people. And some of our festival board members actually attended.
Right.
And we got to talking about it and just threw the idea on the table to the music chairman. Maybe we could try to get a Hispanic band to come in, and that'll add another layer to our music offerings.
Absolutely.
And of course, we have our annual gospel stage
Right.
as well in the park while all of this is going on at various times. In addition to our king and queen, will be the visiting queens.
Oh, that's right.
We
We have
have,
visiting queens from other
yes,
areas.
we have 15 visiting Harvest Festival queens
Okay.
for the weekend. We host them and bring them around on their itinerary, and most all of it is downtown.
Right. Right.
But there are a few other things that take place. It kicks off at the Tourist Information Center
Okay.
on Martin Luther King and Highway 90, and it goes from there.
Okay.
And
Let's go through the music lineup just for people that I know they're wanting to see who's going to
Okay.
be where. We got that up. Let's start with who's going to be playing on Friday.
okay, let's see.
Looks like 5:30. We've got
Yeah.
Born Ready Band,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And then at 9 o'clock, the Powerhouse Band.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Then on Saturday, as you were talking about the gospel music in the park, from 11:30 to 2:30.
Yes.
For those people that really want to, at 3 o'clock, the Justin Cornett Band. At 5:30 to 7, we have the Gilberto Saucedo Band.
Yes,
At
that's it.
7:30 to 9, the Deepwater Rehab. And then a very popular band in our area, the headliner for Saturday night
Right.
from 9:30 to 11, Kings of Neon.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? A lot of people really excited about that. I know. Then on Sunday, we kick back off at noon, from noon to 1. Rick Lorenzo will be playing from 1:30 to 2:30. Earmuffs will be playing from 3 o'clock to 4:30. Que Sera will play. We have 5 to 6:30, No Posers. And then at 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, Dr. Rock. And then we'll close out Sunday night with the 9:30 to 11 Sharks in December. We know what that's like. And so we appreciate that. Then on Monday, we have a whole lot more coming. At 12 to 2, Cliff Hildenbrand and the Side Piece Band. From 2:30 to 4:30, Soul Shine. And from 5 to 7, we have South 70. So great musical
Yes.
lineup. Lots of things that people can get involved in. Let's give everybody out that the web address where people can go. They want more information.
Info at shrimppetroleum.org.
.org. Info at shrimppetroleum.org. Again, it's the 88th Annual Shrimp and Petroleum Festival. It is Labor Day weekend. Very excited. It's going to take place downtown, 1st, 2nd Street, under the bridge. Lots of things coming and going with all of the king and the queen, all of those visiting queens from the Harvest Festival. So really, really excited. Ms. Nelson, thanks for coming on and sharing that with us.
Well, thanks for
for
having
my
me.
pen. We
You're quite
appreciate that.
welcome.
Wear it with honor.
Yeah.
And we look forward to a wonderful festival. Again, we're going to pray for rain. We want everybody to come out and really enjoy the festival. It is one of the marquee events in St. Mary Parish. And so
Thank you. I appreciate that.
absolutely glad for all the hard work. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment of Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere. A lot more local programming right here on HTV.